Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm with Pam Jutlla again, where we're going to be talking about law of attraction. Pam did a video with me not long ago on Reiki, on helping healing people, both physically as well as emotionally. And Pam very much into the law of attraction. She's a hypnotherapist, psychotherapist, and a Reiki healing teacher. So welcome again, Pam. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you as well.
It's interesting how we got talking last week, and the subject of law of attraction came up. What kind of led us to decide to do this video? Because after the last 2 years of the pandemic, really more people than ever now are suffering from some form of mental health issues, no matter how big or small it may be. It had effects on a lot of people who are still suffering from it as a result of lockdown, people being ill in their family, etc., etc. And so that's really how we got onto the subject about how people can now improve themselves, help themselves move on, change their way of thinking from a negative to a positive. And one of the things is law of attraction. So you did tell me a bit about how you got into it yourself, Pam. So would you like to share that with us, how you got into the law of attraction?
Yeah, so it was when I did my Reiki course. So I was introduced to a book called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And then since then, she's written many other books as well. So there's The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. So basically, with The Secret, it was an amazing book, and basically, it teaches you how to really monitor your thoughts. So, if you're thinking negative, you are more likely to attract something negative into your life. So, it really taught me how to kind of like monitor my thoughts. So if I did, as we all do, we can wake up in the morning and we're not always, feeling great, and that's okay. But just to kind of like think of a positive thought, it makes a real difference. So after I read the book, it helped me to then be able to, like manifest into my life things that I wanted to do and wanted to manifest. So she mentions in the book about writing a list of the things you want to manifest, sort of, manifesting things into my life. And also with doing the Reiki as well, it's all about working on towards, what it is you want to manifest, and kind of letting go of like any negative beliefs. So the more you think positive, the more positive mindset you have, and then the more you're likely to attract in to your life what you want to manifest. So that was my first experience of law of attraction, and like I said, that book really did help me to really monitor my thoughts.
Yeah, it's a book I've read, but I've read it a few years ago now. But the first book read, it kind of made me kind of understand the law of attraction is a book called Total Mind Power
Okay, yeah,
by
yeah.
Donald Wilson, I think his name was. And this is right back in the early 90s, late 80s, I can't remember now. But it, and it kind of, when I read it, what I realized was for me that this is something I've been doing myself for all my life, but
Yeah.
not just with positive thoughts, but also with negative thoughts. So kind of from reading that book,
Mm.
it kind of brought to my awareness how what we think is what we attract.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know,
Yeah.
it was a real big kind of eye opener for me about the law of attraction, even though they don't mention law of attraction in the book at all, from what I can recall.
Mm.
But it's all about thinking and focusing on what you do want and generating that through your own thoughts.
Yeah,
Um,
totally agree. And even though I mentioned about that, you know, I read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and that was my first experience. But really, I mean, I wanted to go on the path of doing holistic therapies, probably, you know, 10 years before I actually started doing that. So
Yeah.
obviously, you know, I must have sent that intention out to the universe, in order for obviously so I managed to manifest into my life of obviously doing the courses and going onto that path. So really, even, you know, before I even read The Secret, I already obviously was in that mind frame, and, you know, I was already doing the law of attraction without
Yeah.
probably realizing. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are doing that, but as I just said, it's what I learned about myself all those years ago was that actually the law of attraction is not just attracting what you do want. You also can be attracting what you don't want if you're focusing on that, you know.
Yeah.
And I actually did one of my videos on this channel, the blame frame to outcome frame, and that's very much about removing yourself from the blame frame and focusing on what you do want, not what you don't want in life.
Yeah.
So also, I believe you also do meditation as a part of your law of attraction. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Because I know you have a CD on it, which we'll talk about in a moment. But just, can you share with everybody about how you do your 5 minutes, whatever it is, of meditation in order to create what you want?
Yeah, so meditation is a great way of manifesting, you know, into life what you want to, you know, attract into your life, as well as, you know, just to kind of get you into that positive mindset. So obviously, as you mentioned, I have got a CD which has got like the full
Yeah, it's called
meditation
Inner Peace, is it?
inner piece.
Yeah, I did have a copy of it somewhere, but
Uh,
I don't know.
so,
Misplaced it.
yeah,
Oh, we've got one. Cool.
yeah, so I've got it here. So it's in a piece, and there's 2 tracks on there. So there's a healing ball of light, which is a deep relaxation meditation, and then it's also got sanctuary relaxation, which has actually got the manifestation meditation on there, which I'm just going to very briefly go through.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's available.
Yeah, well, I'll put a link in the description directly to your website. Do you do it in an MP3 as well, or just?
Yeah, it says a MP3 and CD.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is something that, you know, I've always done. I'll just very briefly go through it. So it's just a short little meditation you can do just to kind of, in regards to manifesting into life what you want to manifest, as well as just to kind of put you into that positive mindset every morning. So,
Okay.
you know, I simply just, you know, would close my eyes and just take a nice, deep, relaxing breath in. Slowly exhale and just, you know, allowing yourself to just soften down and relax. And again, nice deep relaxing breath in. Slowly exhale. And then, you know, simply just putting your hands just center of your chest. And just focusing on your breathing and just imagining just a soothing, warm energy around the center of your chest where your palms are, your hands are. And just allowing yourself to just soften down and just clear your mind. And then just imagine in your mind what it is you want to manifest. So those of you that are visual, you can, you know, visualize this, or if you're not visual, just simply just imagine what it is you want to manifest into your life. You know, it could be, for example, you know, if you want to manifest a new car, you could see yourself actually sitting in that car, you know, really visualizing the car and obviously visualizing what it would look from outside, the color, and just really, you know, just being in that moment with it. You know, it could be simply, you know, just about feeling more positive confidence. You could actually see yourself in a situation, feeling positive, confident, and also just feeling those good feelings. So once you've set that in your mind, the intention, then, you know, you just simply just imagine it going out towards the universe. So you can imagine it going out through the top of your head, those of you that are familiar with chakras, you can imagine it going out through your third eye chakra towards the universe. So just feeling, allowing yourself to feel all those good feelings, and just, trusting and believing that, that you're worthy and deserving of the best, and that you're going to manifest this situation, or whatever it is, into your life. And just allowing yourself to just feel the good feelings, imagine it going higher and higher towards the universe. You get sending out the message to the universe that this is, what I want to manifest into my life, all the good feelings with it. So yeah, I would just, like that 5 minutes you could do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then just, take a nice deep relaxing breath in, slowly exhale, and just open your eyes when you feel ready. So, by just simply doing this, it puts you into that positive mindset.
Sure.
It relaxes your mind. A great way of relaxing the mind and body as well. And it sets you up for the day, and you've sent it out to the universe what you want. And you don't have to be doing this meditation in the morning. You can be doing it in the evening, because a lot of people find it hard to find the time in the morning. So it's something you can be doing in the evening as well for relaxation. But in the morning, just once you've done the meditation in the morning, just simply by just, like I said, closing your eyes and just taking a few just moments to just think of what it is you want to manifest, sending that out towards the universe. So just that positive thinking in the morning. I mean, Louise Hay mentions about with manifestation, that kind of not leaving it out there, and kind of like imagining as if it's happening in the now, so bringing it into the present moment as much as you can. So even though we're sending it out to the universe and we're asking the universe that this is what I want to manifest, actually believe in it. Like it says, even throughout the day, like for example, if it's a new car, just imagining, you're sitting inside the car, you can see what the car looks like from inside, and really kind of making the visualization vivid as you can, because you're giving it more power then. You're making the intention stronger to then manifest that into your life. I mean, for me, like what always sticks in my mind is that when I wanted to buy a new my first property, I remember going into Marks and Spencer's, and I hadn't even gone to view a property yet, and I went into Marks and Spencer's and I saw a lovely a toaster that I really liked, and I put it in my basket, and my brother was with me, and he said, we don't need a new toaster. Why are you buying a toaster for? And I said, oh, it's for my new house.
Yeah.
He looked at me as if like, what? But by doing that, I believe I speeded things up in regards to kind of manifesting my new home. Because 2 or 3 months after that, I went to a view of property. So probably about 5 months after, I'd bought my property. And that's another thing about kind of like, if it is a property, buying things, you can be buying things for your property. In regards to, for example, if somebody wants to lose weight and be an ideal weight, by a certain time, buying a dress and imagine yourself wearing it, so it's about kind of like really visualizing and imagining yourself in that situation, and it does just it does speed things up.
Absolutely. And the other thing, when you're making these pictures in one head of what you want, is to make the pictures big and bright so that they're close. One of the things I always talk to my clients about and my students about is, when you're creating pictures in your head that you do want, is to make them big and bright. Don't make them small and off in the distance. So really make that picture, build it up, and so that it's there in front of you.
Absolutely. And it's about obviously, like I mentioned, about being in that positive mindset. And another thing which I've always done is like mirror work. So like first thing in the morning, just simply by standing in front of the mirror, and just saying a positive word or a positive affirmation to yourself, because when you're manifesting, sometimes the block can simply be that just how we may, for example, just due to our belief system, that that am I actually worthy and deserving of manifesting this into my life? And often, sometimes, some people can believe, well, other people can manifest that, but I can't. But so by doing mirror work, it's just, by standing in front of the mirror and simply just saying to yourself, I'm worthy and deserving of the best. I choose to feel good about myself. I'm beautiful, unique, and special in my own way. So, just a simple affirmation. One, it sets you up for the day, and also it's building that relationship up within yourself, which is
Sure.
going to then help you to be in that positive mindset, which is going to then help you to believe that you can, that you have the power within to manifest into life whatever it is your heart desires.
Yeah, and you're right. It's about repetition,
Yeah,
because if you say something often enough, you start to believe it, and if you
that's
start to
right.
believe it, you start to behave in that way. You start to act in that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, repetition. So how often? I mean, with self-hypnosis, I would recommend that people listen to an MP3 or do personal self-hypnosis every day for at least 10 to 14 days. For it to really embed itself in. Is that the same with the meditation, or?
Yeah, that's right. So, like with the meditation, like I would, like I mentioned about in regards to The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and she mentioned about doing a list of the things that you want to manifest, which I did do a list. But obviously, when you're doing the meditation, it's important to focus on one thing at a time.
Sure.
So, what I've always done is kind of like focus on that one thing, like for 2 weeks. You can focus on it longer if you want. And then after that, then, focusing on something else that I want to manifest. At the same time, then when I'm doing the meditation, if I haven't yet manifested the first thing that I've asked for, when I'm doing my meditation and the positive thinking, I will still imagine that image as well, so that I'm sending that image is still, that it's still there, and obviously I'm sending positivity to it, as well as the other thing that I want to manifest as well.
Yeah.
The other thing, in the past that I used to do was just in general, just in the morning, just imagine as if I've got visualize like little pots, like plant pots, and imagine that I put a seed into that each of the pots, and then they've got a label. So, for example, the label could be new car. On the other pot, you could have new job. More abundance. So then, just imagining like quickly, it doesn't need to take long. Just focusing on those seeds and the pots, and imagine you're watering them. So
Yeah.
like that's the seed is growing, and obviously it's a great way of, again, just sending out to the universe that the positivity and the trust and the belief that you are going to manifest the situations into your life.
Yeah, one of the things I do, I mean, the thing about law of attraction, it's not just about attracting material things. It's also about attracting how you want to be, what kind of mental state you want to be in. And
Yeah.
I find, well, I've been doing this for years now, that I call it my 3 to 5 minute mental workout, which I do every morning, or most mornings. Is I focus and visualize myself at the end of the day of
Mm.
how I want to be,
Yeah.
having had a successful day. So I'll create a picture of myself where I'm looking really pleased and happy, relaxed, having had a real good day, whether it be working with clients all day, whether I've been teaching, whether I've been out with family or friends, whatever is planned for that day. I see myself at the end of the day having had a good day. And
Yeah.
I make that picture big and bright, and I step into it for a few moments to get a real feel of being in it, and then I step back out of it and look at it again. And that's what I do most mornings. Is what I call my 3 to 5 minute mental workout, and I found that it is so successful. You know, it's effective because, again, like visualizing what you material things, I'm still putting out to the universe what state I want to be in as well. So it's not
Right,
just
yeah.
about
Those
material.
good feelings, yeah.
So that's something else that you would do, or
Yeah, so that's really important about, obviously, as well as like visualizing what you want to manifest. It's about like feeling those good feelings. That's really important.
yeah,
And the other thing I wanted to mention was that, obviously, when you're doing work in regards to manifesting whatever it is into your life, it's really important to trust and believe the process,
sure,
because
yeah,
what can delay it is that, if for example, if I if I've asked the universe for that, I want a new job, and then I've sent it out there. I'm applying for jobs. Maybe I've gone for an interview and I haven't got the job that I wanted. And then I'm starting to then think negative. I'm starting to then think, oh, it's never going to happen. I'm not going to be able to find a new job. So then what's happening is I'm sending a mixed signal out to the universe.
yeah,
So I'm, on one hand, I'm telling the universe, find me a new job. And then on the other hand, I'm saying it's not going to happen. So what's actually happening is, the universe is working. The reason why I didn't get the job that I went for was that the universe has obviously probably got something better lined for me. But because I'm looking at it as not focusing on it as that, and I've started to think negative, I'm actually sending one, mixed signals out to the universe, and secondly, I'm delaying the process, because
yeah,
then what I'm having to then do is go back to thinking positive, sending it out to the universe. Universe is like,
yeah.
the
Yeah, that's an
universe is
interesting
like,
point.
that this is obviously what she wants to, manifest. So it's staying in. It's very important to stay in that positive mindset, because it will actually speed things up. And again, going back to what I said about Louise Hay, she does say about imagining that it's happening, in the present, moment. I've read many of her books, and in one of her books, she mentions about, if somebody wants to manifest a new relationship into their life, she says, imagine as if you are in that relationship now. Say that I'm in a wonderful, joyful relationship, because by doing that, she says that it's actually, you're believing that, and it speeds it up, it brings it into the present moment, and you're not actually leaving it out there. So yeah, it's very important. It's great to do the manifestation work, but it's very important to stay in that positive mindset with it, and like I said, to trust, to believe, um, that you will manifest that into your life, and it's divine timing. It can take a bit longer sometimes, because it's meant to happen when it's meant to happen. But
Sure,
then, by obviously focusing on it, kind of like it being in the present, it does speed things up.
yeah,
So, and again, monitoring the thoughts. So if somebody, again, it's that positive thinking. So example, if somebody is always late and they're sending out to the universe, that they're thinking, I'm always late, I'm always late, I'm going to be late, I'm going to be late. Well, the universe will then, the universe, the law of attraction is all to do with what we think is what we attract. And if I'm saying I'm always late, the universe is actually thinking that's what I want.
yeah,
So the universe will be creating situations to actually make me late.
yeah.
So by me thinking that I'm going to be on time, I'm going to arrive on time, that's what the universe thinks then I want. So it's very important to kind of like be aware that what we think, we are actually sending that out. So again, that comes down to the positive thinking.
Yeah, it's something I'd always said. Always focusing on what you do want, not what you don't want. Anyone seen any of my other videos that had heard me repeat that phrase many times, and it's because it's a phrase that I really want to get into people. You know, we attract what we think.
Yeah,
Okay, and so if you don't like what you're getting in life, change your thinking, focus on what you do want, not what you don't want.
That's right. And that's what, the mirror work that I mentioned about before. That's why it's a great way of building that relationship up with yourself, because the more you build a relationship up within yourself, the more you're going to feel good about yourself, believing you're worthy and deserving of the best, because it all starts from how you feel. You've got to feel good within, and you've got to believe that you are worthy and deserving of the best.
Yeah. One of the things I think worth mentioning is that we can't always be in that, what I call that positive state. And that's okay, because we're only human. There are times when we're going to feel fed up, a bit low, sad, frustrated, whatever it may be. And what I say to people, and what I try to put out to people, is those feelings are okay. They're normal human emotions. And the best thing to do when you're feeling like that is, rather than sort of beat yourself up about it, that you shouldn't be feeling that way or whatever, is to acknowledge it and basically taking responsibility for it. And one of the things I do for myself, and I teach people to do as well, is say you're feeling a bit low, it's to acknowledge it, and by saying, at this moment in time, I'm feeling pretty low.
Yeah.
However, I give myself permission to feel low.
Yeah.
And then give it a time frame for 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever it may be. And then I'm going to let it go and move on.
Yeah. No, that's
and
great.
focus on that picture of yourself moving on and letting it go. So I really think that's an important point for the cross, because we are human. We can never always be in that positive mindset.
No.
We are going to feel what we call negative emotions of frustration, sadness, low, whatever. But to just acknowledge it, and put a time frame on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, we're not all, we don't, we all have days where we don't feel, positive at all. Again, it's kind of like, often it can be like a belief system as well. So like I was mentioning about, some people might, think I'm always late, because it's kind of, on some level, they kind of like believe that they're always going to be late. So they're obviously manifesting that situation. But in general, like if you wake up and you're feeling exhausted, feeling tired. I mean, I always just say to myself, even though, I'm feeling exhausted, tired, and I've got no energy, that's okay. It's just the way I'm feeling at the moment.
Sure. I like that.
Kind of like, and I will, and it's okay for me to rest, and and I will feel more energized, in time. So it's just kind of like being kind and gentle to yourself, and not being
acknowledging
and just acknowledging that. And but like if there is a negative, if you know yourself, there is like a negative emotion, or a negative belief that you've got, it's kind of like just working on that and switching it to a positive. That, for example, if someone does they've got a belief that that I'm not worthy, for example, just switching it over to that I am worthy. So just using that, repeating it like a mantra in your mind throughout the day. I am worthy. I am worthy. So what you believe, you become. So yes, we're not programmed to always be thinking positive thoughts, but we have the power to change that
absolutely
negative to that positive.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I've got, I have another little voice in my head when I've got that, to have that negative voice to shut up, using strong language, but and then change it into the positive voice that I want, like what you said. But what I also do is change that positive voice into a, so I believe it, sound believing, by changing the tonality of it, making it sound believable. That's important. Again, using the right tonality when you are saying positive things to yourself. Because if you're just saying it in a low, unconvincing voice, then you're not going to believe it anyway. So tonality is also very important. Great. Well, it's been really interesting, Pam. So to talk to you and listen to your views on the law of attraction, because there's many ways of doing it, and it's just all about focusing on what you do want, as you said, and putting it out to the universe, and
Right, yeah.
getting in the habit of thinking in that mindset.
Yeah. And it's okay that, you know, if you, like you says, it's okay if you have a day when
Absolutely.
you don't. But like I said before, what for me, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, after I read that book, it made me kind of think, like, you know, like it's like thoughts, you know, when that thought goes out to the universe, that universe is, if I'm thinking negative, so I quickly automatically just switch to a positive, because I
Absolutely.
think it's like, you know, like an aerial going to go out to the universe. So for me, it taught me to kind of like just switch to a positive, even though I'm in that moment, I may be feeling that the negative, but then it just helps. It takes time to retrain the mind.
It's like creating a new habit. Habit takes time. You have to do it so many times in order to become a habit. And so it's all about changing your habit, negative way of thinking, into a habit of positive thinking. You know, and
and it takes time. You need to be patient. You need to be gentle with yourself, and you know, but you know, trust that, like I said, trusting that you can. You know, we all have the power to manifest whatever it is into our life, and believing. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, great. Well, if anybody's interested in Pam's CD, Inner Peace, the details will be in the description below to her website, where you can either order it on CD from her or download it as an MP3. And if anyone suffering from stress or whatever, please visit my website and order my Say Goodbye to Stress CD. It can also be downloaded as an MP3 as well. So, Pam, thank you again. It's great to talk to you.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you very much.
And hopefully in the near future we'll have something else to chat about that we can get together and talk about again.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know. Okay, well, it's thanks everybody for watching, and please do remember to like the video. Please do share it on Facebook, Twitter, or any other platform, social media platform you're using. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the video to the channel. So on that note, goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Okay, take care, everyone. Bye.
Okay, bye.